Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to call the meeting to order, that being the regular council meeting of Warwick Township Council of June 2nd, 2025, and the starting date is 3:30. Remind Council of disclosure of pecuniary interest or conflict of interest. Does anybody have one at this time? Seeing none, thank you. I also like to welcome everybody who's joining us through the Warwick Township YouTube page. Welcome. I'm now going to do the acknowledgement of ancestral lands. We acknowledge that the Township of Warwick is located on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, as well as the many Indigenous nations in Ontario whose footsteps have marked them for centuries. We also wish to acknowledge that we are situated on Treaty 29 and Treaty 25 territories signed by Chippewa chiefs, and we offer our respect and gratitude for these lands. Okay, we got a little style. Yeah. Okay, we're having one of those good old technical difficulties here. Well, I'm going to continue on, Madam Clerk. Okay, the next order of business, council, is the minutes of the previous council meeting, that being the minutes of the May 12th meeting. Any questions or comments on those minutes? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion. Councillor Morris is making that motion, seconded by Councillor Westgate. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. And Madam Clerk, there was no business arising. Those minutes. Thank you very much. Council, the next order of business on our agenda is number 7, scheduled meetings and events. 7A, that's there for council's reference, the upcoming council meetings and other committee meetings within the municipality. And then 7B is other meetings and events. Anybody have any questions on 7A or 7B at this time? Seeing none, thank you. Okay, number 8, let's go to councilors' commitments first. Does anybody have any commitments they wish to add to the list today? Seeing none, very good, thank you. Now we're going to go to councilors' items and verbal reports. I'm going to start with Councillor Manning today. Councillor Manning?
Yes, I'd like to take this chance to thank the Lambton County Archives and particular Nicole Azalas. She came out on behalf of the archives and gave our historical committee a seminar on restoration and preservation of photos, as well as digitization of photos. This is a system that we have planned to move forward with them and do some more seminars, and it's going to help us greatly when we move forward with the museum, and also as our kind of goal as stewards of the preservation of some of this stuff for us. So really like to thank them, and these the courses are also available through the archives. You can sign up for them as just an individual. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Manning. Deputy Mayor Kallenberg, do you have anything for today?
Well, yeah, just had a ratepayer neighbor reach out to be able to main drain that was redone last year, but Kyle's been notified as well, and he's looking after it. So just want to bring that up.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Councillor Westgate, do you have anything today?
No, I have nothing today. Thank you.
Councillor Morris?
Yes, I have 3 things. 2 of them for Kyle, so I'll put them through Trevor. Can we look at a brine alternative for the gravel roads? They're getting washboard already, and I know the guys don't want to grade them because of the calcium or the brine. Can we look at an alternative and maybe price it that can be worked, please, for next year? And the other thing is, I was going to ask for a Churchill update, but I'm sure there probably isn't one yet then.
Reaching into the wells of my mind. I know it's being worked on. We have reinitiated it. We expect the geotechnical study to occur this year, and Kyle has reached out to Spreets for a wider section to be looked at rather than just the far west end. So it's ongoing.
Okay, thank you. And the next one, I guess, is for Ryan. Years ago, mind you, years ago, when I was the chair of the cemetery board, way before Joe, we had the part-time summer students sweep the stones. I've had quite a few complaints regarding grass building up on the stones. I wondered if that could maybe be a practice. We only did it with the summer students, mind you. Practice, maybe we could start again.
Thank you, through the chair, Councilor Morris. Something we can certainly look at. There would be some significant manpower that it would take to do that. We do have summer students though in our staffing complement. That we can, like I said, look into that. Our grass cutting contractor, part of their work as well is to try and keep the clippings off of the monuments, and B, to go out there and also blow them off every once in a while as well. So I can follow up with the contractor on that to see where he is in that, in terms of cleaning the monuments in that manner. But again, we can look at it with our staffing complement as well.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. The main dates are before the Warwick Decoration Day and before the Watford Decoration Day. That's all I have. Thank you.
Maybe just to follow up to Councillor Morris's point, I have had some residents complain recently about the condition of the Warwick Cemetery. Basically the same issues with the grass being cut in a timely fashion, also with the fact that the grass and leaves were actually blown onto the stones. And then they weren't brushed off at the end. And I have talked to Ryan about this, and Ryan is dealing with that with the contractor, but we are receiving some concerns. So hopefully we can get that straightened out. And we get that facility and our facilities up to good repair, especially our cemeteries. So thank you very much for that, for Ryan. Did you have anything else, Councilor, today? Well, I have some congratulations to offer up here. Oh, Jerry, I'm sorry. Did I ask you? I did ask you, Jerry. Yes, I did ask Jerry. That's okay. So I do have some congratulations to start with here, if I could. And it's a pleasure to bring a big Warwick Township congratulations to Evan Van Gorp and the London Knights and winning the Memorial Cup last night. It's the hardest trophy in sports to win, they say. So again, we just want to make sure that we, on behalf of the community, congratulate Evan and all his teammates on winning the Memorial Cup. I did have a chance to do some texting with his father today with Mike Van Gorp. And what we're going to do is we're going to put together a community celebration to honor Evan's hockey accomplishments, as well as the London Knights in the very near future. So stay tuned. We will be doing something to recognize Evan's accomplishments in hockey, and we very much look forward to it. So again, congratulations, Evan. You made your community very proud. The other thing I want to do today is I want to thank the Watford Road Race Committee for putting on another really good road race this year, a record-breaking road race. 600 and some runners, 165 young people that ran the 1 kilometer race as well. So I want to take this time to thank the organizing committee and all the volunteers for doing a sensational job. And again, a record-breaking job at that. So congratulations to the Watford Road Race Committee. And last but not least, I want to make note of the fact that I wanted to thank here once again the Lambton County Social Services Department for helping us with the situation when the East Lambton School before and after school program was canceled. We reached out to our folks, our friends at Social Services at Lambton County, and they got right into it and met with the Lambton Kent Board of Education and found another daycare provider to be able to keep the before and after school program going. So nothing will change next September for those parents. But the real plus in all of this was the fact that we also gained 15 full-time childcare spots in our community. There's still a big waiting list. There's much work to be done still. But those 15 spots are just incredible when it comes to trying to help some of the parents that are looking for those resources in our community. So I wanted to say thanks again to the folks at the County of Lambton, as well as the Lambton Kent Board of Education, in working together to be able to find this real wonderful result. We continue to work with other providers, hoping that in the future we'll have many, many more spots when it comes to early childhood education. So I wanted to thank them as well. So thank you very much. I don't believe we have any staff items at this point in time. No, thank you. So delegations, we have a 3:40 and we're right on time. So I'm going to go right to it, folks. So we're going to get into the procedure for quarter revision. First off, I need a motion that Warwick Township Council proceed into the quarter revision for the Thomas Drain number 1, 2025, bylaw number 14 of 2025. Who would like to do the honors? Councillor Manning, Deputy Mayor Kellenberg, we'll get you in the record. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. So I'll ask the clerk, have any written appeals been received? No, thank you. Does anyone present have any verbal appeals? See anybody present that has a verbal appeal? I'll ask Kyle if he has any comments. Kyle, do you have any comments on this particular issue?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle. Since there are no appeals filed, the following resolution is to be passed. I would ask for a motion that the Court of Revision for the Thomas Drain number 1, 2025 bylaw number 14 of 2025 be closed without changes to the report and that we go back into open council. Who'd like to do honors? Councillor Morris, Councillor Westgate is seconding that. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Okay, let's go to number 11. Council, if we could. Let's go to a council, if we could. Did anybody have any questions on the GL report 11A? Seeing no questions? How about the accounts payable 11B? Councillor Morris.
Just one, I guess. Why do we play Brooke Alviston fire trading at $2,870?
I'm gonna start to answer and then turn it over to Chief Goodhill, but essentially they held a countywide training. We had 3 parties go over. Was it 3 or? Total of 4 parties go over and participate, so we had to contribute.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve both the GL report and the accounts payable of council saw fit. Councilor Westgate is making that motion, seconded by Councilor Manning. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Okay, gang, we're going to go to number 12, consent agenda. And we have a few items here to look at. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go by them individually. If you want to stop me on one and have a discussion, let me know. There is no non-action correspondence, so that one will be easy. Is there? Oh, pardon me, there's non-action. There's no action correspondence. Does anybody have any questions on the non-action correspondence? Seeing none. Jerry?
Our environmental assessment is going.
Motion of support from Councillor Westgate on the Dresden landfill situation. Seconded by Councillor Morris. Further discussion on that one? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Anything else on the non-action? Seeing none. Okay, let's go to 12B, minutes of the Parks and Recreation Committee. Did anybody have any questions on that particular piece? Correspondence? No? Very good. Let's go to 12C, minutes of the Heritage Historical Committee meeting, May 7th, 2025. Any questions on that one? Not seeing any. Very good. And then we'll go to D, and this is the biannual fire report. Did anybody have any questions on the biannual fire report? We do have Chief Goodhill with us today. Do we have any questions? Chief, is there anything you'd like to highlight on there?
No, it's just a running pretty average year for calls in both departments. You'll see as normal, Warwick Station responds to more motor vehicle collisions, and Watford Station is a lot higher in medical assist. So pretty much standard. Councillor Morris, to your question regarding the that training, that is for 2 firefighters to take firefighter 1, firefighter 2, and hazmat operations certification, which is all required now by the province. So we got there'll be another invoice coming in for another 2, but I just want to highlight that it is going to add up to be quite expensive to have everybody in full complement up to certification status. So.
Councillor Morris.
Yeah, because this is something we could go through Lambton College for, so it's a little less, it's just seemed $1,400 a firefighter seems like quite a bit.
No, so we do use the Lambton College RTC as well. the timelines that the Lampton College run on is very compact. Starts September and is done in November. And some of the farmer firemen and some of the other ones, the timelines don't work. So therefore, Brooke Alexon's doing the same thing. So, but we normally do run through the fire college at RTC.
Thank you, Chief. Anybody else have any questions? Chief Goodall, what we have here? No, very good. Thank you. Let's go to E if we could then, and June is Recreation Parks Month. Anybody have any questions on that? Ryan, is there anything you want to highlight there?
Not too much further than what's in the report, other than just challenging our community to get outdoors, enjoy our places and spaces throughout the township, and feel free to take a picture through our snapshot challenge. That's part of our activities for the month. Take a picture of how you use our space and tag us in on social media. And again, just get outdoors, enjoy the month.
Great. Well, thank you, Ryan. Number F, Parks and Recreation action items updates. Anybody have any questions for Ryan on those updates? I'm going to put you on the spot again, Ryan. Is there anything there that you want to touch on?
Again, thank you through the mayor to council. Not too much further to add, but I would maybe highlight staff have met with Taxiandria representatives regarding their potential future playground project out at the Taxiandria Soccer Club. Just want to stress the importance that staff, along with the Parks and Recreation Committee, are really challenging the representatives to include accessibility components within the playground. I think that's an important feature, something that should be taken into account when designing the playground. Taxiandria representatives are aware of this and are doing their best to come up with a design that's supported, that strongly supports accessibility components.
Councilor Morris.
Thanks, Ryan. I brought this up at the last meeting when you weren't here, but I would like to put a motion before council, please, that we do not allow the playground to be constructed without the accessibility component.
Okay, so that's a motion, Counselor. Do we have a seconder to that motion? I believe, for clarification, Ryan, is that not what you're dealing with there now and trying to make sure that that does happen? Is that not something that has to happen with a public park?
Through the chair to council, it doesn't necessarily have to happen, but a playground of this sort, which is more of your regional park, regional playground, it's strongly recommended that those playgrounds do include accessibility components, whether that's ground level components, ground level accessible surfacing, which is the engineered wood fiber, ramps, access to, as well as looking at the area in and around the playground and how we access it. Is it inclusive? You can simply put in a swing set and a slide that doesn't necessarily have to follow those accessibility components, but it's not what staff would recommend. It's not what the Parks and Recreation Committee would support in this park. And I think we just really need to fine tune these accessibility pieces to this playground.
Right, well, thank you, Ryan. There's a motion. Do we have a seconder? So Councillor Manning is seconding that motion. Any further discussion on this motion? Seeing none, call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. John, go ahead.
I believe for this, the park at Taxiandria was coming through the Caden Brown Foundation. Am I not correct, Ryan?
Yes, through the chair to Councillor Kallenberg. I believe they are part of this playground project for sure, including the funding. They're also looking at a fundraising campaign. If it hasn't started already, will be starting soon. I know the reps with Taxiandria are working hard on that piece to it. That's it.
Okay.
Follow up, Deputy Mayor.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. All right, I'll call the question. All in favor? That's carried. Opposed? Any? No? Very good. That's carried. Thank you. Okay, council, I would ask for a motion to receive and file A to F with the amendment that was made. Councilor Morris, thank you. Seconded by Councilor Manning. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Okay, that takes us to number 13, reports and items requiring a motion. And there is no action correspondence, right, Madam Clerk? We got a little ahead of ourselves back here a little while ago. Very good. And then we're going to go to B, which is DZ license requirements, and they're for the fire. And there's a recommendation that the costs associated with DZ licensing be reimbursed to the firefighters upon successful completion of the DZ license. We do have the chief with us. Chief, do you want to touch on this at all?
Yeah, just to bring it forward, the fact that there are several new recruits that have come on that require DZ licensing, and upon hiring, that is a prerequisite that they get the DZ license. Oftentimes, if it's left to schedule themselves through their own work and so on and so forth, it gets delayed. So we want to try and get this all wrapped up in one quick time frame. That is possible that some of this will roll over into next year as well. The Z portioning, the air brake portion, is the toughest to get. And what we propose to do is send them to a weekend training. And at the end of that weekend training, they come out with their actual Z endorsement. So it makes the road testing much easier. And all the rest of the requirements much easier as well. So that's the purpose behind it, as well as there's a lot of firefighters that they have no need for a DZ license on their own everyday livelihood. So it is only a requirement of the fire service. So
Thank you, Chief. Anybody have any questions? So I
Yeah,
read the
Brad,
Yes, go ahead, John. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting about you on the screen there. My
That's fine.
apologies. Go ahead.
probably getting the glare there. Brad, is there a specific requirement for how many licensed DZ drivers the department has to have? I know everybody should have it, but is there a legal requirement somewhere stating the fact that 100% people have to have it or not?
no, there's not. It is just best practice, and the fact that all of a sudden someday you've got the majority of guys show up that do not have a license, and the ones that do aren't there that week or something like that. So it's there's no real requirement, but it is a best practice for all around
I
coverage.
don't disagree. I just was curious. So
All right. So I read the recommendation. How does council wish to deal with the recommendation? Moved by Councillor Morris, seconded by Councillor Westgate. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. The next order of business is 13C, and that's a rescue truck purchase. There's a recommendation that the Township of Warwick Council approve the purchase of a 2025 metal fab rescue truck. Chief, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you just to make a couple comments on this, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As the report will show, we've been working on this for a long time. We worked with several different manufacturers, but narrowed it down to two that were very built like trucks, both Canadian companies, all Canadian content as much as we possibly can. It's very hard to narrow it right down to an actual spec, because one manufacturer builds it slightly different than the other. But we did make sure that we compared apples to apples all the way through, and we've come up with the metal fab being the most spacious and most suited to fit the needs of the department. As it says in the report there, we're not down to the very final dollar. We're within a few dollars of decision, but it's going to be very close to that that number, so.
Okay, well, thank you, Chief Goodhill. Anybody else have any questions on this? Okay, I've read the recommendation. How does council wish to deal with the recommendation? Council Morris?
Yeah, I'd like to recommend that we accept the proposal and that any extra be turned back into the fire department equipment reserve.
All right, thank you. Do we have a seconder? Deputy Mayor, seconding that? Thank you. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Okay, if we can, we're gonna go to D. And this is the ice rental fees and for service updates. And there's a recommendation that Warwick Township Council approve the 2025-2026 ice rate fee for service update, $5 an hour increase as recommended to be implemented as of September 1st, 2025, and that the comprehensive user fee and charges by law be updated to reflect the change. How does council wish to deal with this recommendation? Council Morris?
I have a question, I guess, Ryan. The school rate, we're down for, I believe if I read this right, $80 an hour, $85 an hour to be proposed, but you haven't included anything from the school rates from the other centers.
Through the chair to Councillor Morris, I was unable to locate a fee specific to a school rate for those municipalities, other than North Middlesex, who provides school rate as free.
The only thing I'm wondering is, we're still really low compared to everybody else. That I would love to see it, no, I shouldn't say love to see it. I would like to see it increased to $10 an hour and throw the school rate out so the kids can skate free during their breaks. That's just a recommendation.
Okay, anybody else have any comments on the structure updates? Councilor Westgate.
When the schools come, they come as a whole school. It's not just at recess, is it? Or anything, so,
It's a couple hours now.
yeah. And I don't know, I think we could leave it in for the schools too.
Okay, anybody else have any comments? I'm looking at you this time, Deputy Mayor. I'm not missing you on the screen there. Okay. So I believe that the rates, I don't know how much conversation, I'm sure there's been conversation probably with East Lambton Minor Hockey, the figure skating group. Troy Minor Hockey already, Ryan already talking about these rates. Has it already been passed on to them? That would be $5. The recommendation was $5, or are they still waiting?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Case. When we started the process for next season's ice allocation, we had mentioned that there's the potential for a small increase in their rates in the 25-26 season, and that it would be forthcoming pending council approval. So no specific dollar amount was provided.
All right, thank you, Ryan. So again, when you look at the list, as Councilor Morris has said, we are much lower than everybody else. But at the same time, we're able to do that at this particular time. And maybe what we have to do next year, to your point, Councilor, is have a look at these rates, maybe even a little bit earlier, before the minor hockey systems, figure skating, and start advertising their registration fees for the upcoming years, so they know if there's going to be a larger increase coming. A $5, I think, is easy enough to digest at this time, but maybe we could start that process. Maybe bring it to council a little bit earlier next year, Ryan. Just a suggestion at the end of the day. Thank you very much. Okay. Anybody else have any comments on that? Not seeing anybody. So again, I've read the bylaw. How does council wish to deal with it? I've already got a mover and seconder, or have I not? I'm not going to mover and seconder yet. Moved by Councilor Westgate, seconded by Deputy Mayor Kallenberg. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. We'll go to E. And E is the fee waiver application and recreation fee assistance update. The recommendation for that is that Warwick Township Council approve the implementation of the amended fee waiver reduction application form and process, and that Warwick Township Council approve implementation of the new Everyone Plays Recreation Fee Assistance Program. So that's the recommendation on that. How does council wish to deal with this recommendation? Council Morris,
I make a motion that we accept it.
moved by Councillor Morris. Seconded by Councillor Manning. Any further discussion, if any? Seeing none, all in favor? That is carried. And I see that there's no new business and there's no notice of motions. Okay, so that brings to an end our public portion of today's meeting. I'm now going to ask for a motion to move into the in-camera meeting of council pursuant to section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended for the following reasons. Number 2, 4, 5, 9, and 11 of the Municipal Act. Who would care to do that? Councillor Manning is moving it, seconded by Councillor Westgate. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you.